So I've always liked Q and A videos, but I've never actually had enough questions to make one myself. And I have been playing a ton of Hearthstone lately. That's why I haven't really had too many videos out lately. So I decided to make a Q and A video just because I've always wanted to do one. Okay, so question number 1. Why don't you commentate on all your videos? Well, commentating requires a lot of effort. Because you can't, well, I mean, you can just sit there and play like usual, because I don't usually talk while I actually play the game. I just sit there, and I'll probably tab out to Reddit while my opponent takes forever to do his turn, and then the sound will indicate when it's my turn, and I'll tab back, and if I have like a Maxi or a Vectvealer in my hand, I'll have to stay in, because it'll ask me every 2 seconds if I want to activate the effect, and I have to click no, or just hold down S so it doesn't do that. So that's one reason why I don't commentate all the time. Another one is because, well, I like to watch TV shows on Netflix or something while I play or browse Reddit because I'm super addicted to that site. Well, other than that, if I could just sit down in a nice quiet room and commentate, because I did buy a really nice mic just to do just that. Well, it's usually more for my other channel. If you've looked around my channel, you've probably seen that I have another one for World of Warcraft. It's a lot more popular than this one, but this channel actually gets more views per video than that one does. That one just has 1 or 2, actually no, it's 1 or 2 videos that are really popular that drove all the subs and everything. And I make videos for that. The videos for those ones are a lot more effort based than these ones are, because I can just play games and record the replays and put them up, because I love to just build random decks out of nothing, because I've always enjoyed the building deck portion of the game more than actually playing. But I do like playing the game too. I just like building decks 100 times more. And I can commentate. I have no problems doing it. It's just I have to have a quiet room to do it. And I can't really watch TV while I do it, or tab out to Reddit while I wait for my opponent to take forever, because whenever I want to commentate and they're taking 5 minutes to do their turn for no reason, and I'm just sitting there I'm in quiet. Because I don't like watching people play video games who don't talk, because that's kind of boring, and I have this thing where you have to always talk while you're playing a video game. But I mean, it's understandable to just sit there in silence for Yu-Gi-Oh, but sitting there in silence for 3 minutes for your opponent to make a turn, well, then again, I probably could just edit that out. I probably could do that. Just sit there and not talk and edit out. Well, because you have to see what they're doing. Because you can't just edit out their entire turns. It's oh, why the hell did he clear your field in that turn? Oh, because I wasn't talking during it, so I edited it out. And I don't want to record things and put them back in, sort of a fake casting type thing. So yeah, I do commentate sometimes when I feel like it, but most of the time I don't, unless things change for me where I have more free time to actually commentate on them, because most of the time I do the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff while I'm doing something else important, like researching for one of my college assignments, since I am technically in school, and schoolwork comes first. Absolutely, because I don't want to flunk out because I was making Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Okay, so, oh, and another thing, if I actually lose a match while commentating, I just delete it, because no one wants to see me lose a match. And I know this because I have put a couple up where I've lost before, and they get downvoted into oblivion, so I know people don't like those. So if I lose a match, I'm oh, all that wasted effort in trying to be entertaining for 30 minutes. And I don't ever use matches that I lose unless my opponent did something really great, and then I'll upload their replay. It was wow, that was an awesome win against me. I'm totally going to take that idea and make a video of it, and pretend like it was my idea. Okay, so question number 2. Can you do a video on insert deck name here? Yes, I can. If you have a request for a deck video, I mean, a video of me doing something on a certain deck you like you want to Battling Boxers, Light Sworns, Plant something, Skull Servant OTK. Well, I actually don't ask for OTKs. I don't like OTK decks. But yeah, if you want me to make a deck on something that you like to play yourself? Because I do like to experiment with like every single possible combination, even if I know it's bad. I just want to use it just to see how it works out, to see why it's bad for myself. Then yes, I can do it. If you have a deck request, go ahead and ask, and I'll probably do it. Question 3. Why don't you use Treeborn Frog in your Nimble Obelisk deck? This one I get asked all the time. If you don't know what the Nimble Obelisk deck is, it's a deck all about bringing out Obelisk the Tormentor, because Obelisk the Tormentor has 4,000 attack and can't be targeted by effects, which means he's awesome. He also can't be stopped by a Solemn Warning, because his summon can't be negated. Actually, you know what, I'm doing this all based on memory, so I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. But yeah, the only way to destroy him is through indirect effects, like Smashing Ground, Fissure, Dark Hole, Mirror Force, Torrential Tribute. Although no one plays Smashing Ground or Fissure anymore, so usually he gets killed off by a Mirror Force or a Torrential Tribute, or the Dual Dragon Fiend Dragon, the level 8 Synchro Monster guy. So yeah, Obelisk is really good, except you need 3 tributes to normal summon him, so he's kind of hard to bring out. And the Nimble deck is all about swarming the field with your Nimble monsters in one turn very easily. And in the original version of the deck, it had the baby dragons in it, as well as Tidal, because Tidal allows you to send Nimble Angler to the grave so that you can activate his effect to special summon out 2 Nimble monsters, and those Nimble monsters can bring out other Nimble monsters, and the whole deck just works with itself. It's really fast paced, and you can get out an Obelisk in like 1 or 2 turns, no problem. You can also go for a crap ton of rank 2 XYZ summons. And that's pretty much why I didn't use Treeborn in the first place, was because it's all about rank 2 XYZ summons. So if I was going to add in more monsters, I would add in probably more Nimbles, because I'm only using the water ones right now. And Treeborn Frog is a nice option, like you can totally use him, especially with 1-for-1 to discard Nimble Angler to activate his effect. But he's not really needed, even though he is an excellent choice since it does play frogs, and you don't really use that many traps. Like, Treeborn Frog is absolutely fine in the deck, he's good in the deck. I just personally don't use him because of an earlier build where I didn't use him because he wasn't needed. That was with the baby dragons, and I'd pretty much just replace the 3 baby dragons with like 3 creature swaps or something. Just take on one of those creature swaps and throw in a Treeborn Frog and you got it. Alright, question number 4. Can I get a deck list of the Blue Eyes Turbo deck? Yes, I made one like a couple weeks ago, but I still get asked for it every once in a while. Blue Eyes Turbo deck was one I didn't really think people liked because I got a couple of dislikes, but I checked it out lately, and that video has actually quite a decent number of views on it. But then again, people love Blue Eyes decks for some reason. And the Blue Eyes Turbo deck is actually pretty fun because it brings out Blue Eyes pretty regularly in other cards, and it's all about winning within like 5 turns. It's a really fun deck to play, and I can understand why people want the deck list so much, but I have made the video for it. Question 5. You really like Raiden, don't you? If you don't know who Raiden is, he's the new level 4 tuner Lightsworn monster that was introduced. His effect is he activates kind of like Card Trooper, except Card Trooper's effect to mill is a cost, while Raiden's is his actual effect, where you mill the top 2 cards of your deck. And if there's any Lightsworn monsters, it increases attack by 100 or 200. I don't know what it is, because I never actually get that point of it. But the real good thing about him is that you can mill 2 cards with his effect, and at the end of your turn, you mill 2 more. So it's a 1 card, 4 card mill, which is awesome. He's also a level 4 tuner, which means you can go into some awesome level 8 synchro plays, because most decks, play other level 4 monsters. So he's really good in so many decks because of his synchro options he opens up. Kind of like how when you play like 1 or 2 Effect Villers, you play a couple of synchro monsters, because synchro monsters are still pretty good, because they're not restricted to only activating their attacks twice. Their effects twice. Like XYZ monsters, their effects can be activated every turn. Some of them have really good effects, like Crimson Blader, you can lock out your opponent, or the Dual Dragon Fiend, I forget his name, but the one allows you to pretty much clear the field like a Dark Hole for all monsters who are in attack mode. And the Jeweled Stardust Dragon, I'm pretty sure I'm saying his name wrong, but pretty much he has a spell speed 2 effect where you can choose any card in the field and it can't be destroyed by card effects or battle, which is so good. And they're all level 8 monsters who are easily brought out with Raiden since he's level 4, and most decks run a ton of other, normal non-tuner level 4 monsters. So yeah, Raiden, it's a 1 card, 4 card mill with 1700 attack, which is awesome for level 4 tuner monsters. He probably has the highest attack for all level 4 tuner monsters, if not like equal to the other ones, because I'm pretty sure the Mist Valley guy, who has a terrible effect, is also 1700 attack, and that's like his only selling point. This guy not only has 1700 attack, but he also has a great effect on its own, milling 4 cards. So yeah, Raiden is really good for milling, and pretty much if you're not using your graveyard, you're not using a good deck. Question 6. This deck sucks. Yes, some of the decks I play do suck, because I like to experiment with unconventional decks. If you want a deck that's good, well, play Dragon Rulers. Okay, and feel free to ask as many questions as you want. I'm pretty good about answering all questions that aren't troll questions, and I sometimes answer the troll questions as well, with references to My Little Pony, because the best way to beat a troll is to not argue with him.